Welcome back, Ink Chasers, to another My Collection video. Today we're going over my 8x10 binders of J, K, and L. So let's get this going. Alright, we're going to start this one off with a pretty good one. This one is Hugh Jackman here on Wolverine from X-Men, or as Wolverine from X-Men. Dallas Cowboy, Brady James. This was in person. We got Thomas Jane from Punisher. This one's kind of harder to see. It looks better in person, of course, but this is an in person. Then we have actress Gloria Jean, and there's another photo of her. This was both of those are TTM. And then there's my Amy Jo Johnson. This one I believe is from Felicity. She's also known as the Pink Power Ranger. It did get smeared a little bit up in here, and it's kind of cool because she actually got her fingerprints in there, so it's another way we could always track and see. Here I've got a Angelina Jolie. Now I got this one TTM back early in her career. I believe it was right around or just before she started doing like the Tomb Raider movies. So it looks real to me. I don't know of any secretarial or anything that she's done. I know there's a lot of preprints now that she sends out, but I did get that one back. See, and this is another one that with that one, whenever I got this one back with it, because this was right at the time she was doing the movie, and you can kind of tell it's definitely not stamped. Different sizes, different angles. So my James Earl Jones here in my Field of Dreams photo. Well, sorry, it didn't work very well. There we go. That's from a photo from Field of Dreams. Here I got my Howard the Duck photo from Jeffrey Jones. It's pretty funny. He goes, it's from Chase. And it's the actual feather, is from Howard the Duck, but it's a nice little fun inscription. Sam Jones III from Smallville. And then here's my custom that I made of his episode of CSI. Here's Indy racer Tony Kanaan. And this is from the Avengers animated show. This is Tom Kane, who's Ultron, the voice of Ultron. He was also the professor in Powerpuff Girls. And the other one, I had him sign, and he added all these extras. And then here is John Kassir, who is the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. And another one, both of those were in person. And then here's his custom I made of his episode of CSI as well. And then some of you may have seen this in one of my TTM videos. This is Larry King, who was Lion-O from Thundercats. This is TTM. And then here we have Margaret Carey. She was the actress that did like the walkthroughs for Tinkerbell. So they filmed her doing the walkthrough, and then they animated Tinkerbell up over her in that. Here is Erwin Keys from House of the Thousand Corpse. I believe he has passed away since I got that, and that was an in-person. Here's another Matt Kenseth. Here's the late Margot Kidder. He was wrote Lois Lane on there. Richard Kiel, custom that I made for him for some of his movies. Best known for his role as Jaws and James Bond, right there. I think he was in several of them, but definitely The Spy Who Loved Me. And I got an email. There's Val Kilmer from Willow. That was in person. Patrick Kirkpatrick. He was in multiple movies. Jamie King. This one's from Sin City. This is in person. Don Knotts from Andy Griffith Show. That was in person. Elise Knox. That was a TTM. Here's an in person from Walter Koenig from Star Trek. Chris Christopherson. This is TTM. Now, some people say this is secretarial, and some people say it's not, so I'm not sure. I've got it in my collection until I find out otherwise, but it was one I sent off, I think, a DVD cover, and this came back signed. DVD cover did not come back signed, so. This one is Robina Lamorte, I guess, from her episode of CSI. I think she's better known from being in like the Buffy series, or maybe it's Angel or one of those. Here's my Angela Lansbury. And another one. Both of those were TTM. Here's John Leguizamo, which he used a pretty bad Sharpie whenever he signed it, and it's kind of hard to see, but that one was TTM. This is Joan Leslie. And then she, up here, I don't know if you can read it, it says, this is from a scene from the film The Hard Way. So, it's interesting. Little extra tidbit on there. Here's Bill Lester, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series driver at that time. Here's a G.I. Joe custom that I made for Kitty Lester, who was satin in one episodes, but normally when I make these, they sign it, and that's that. And she signed it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. One photo signed 5 times by the same person. But it's not just one photo. She did it on both of them. So, and then there's my Chauncey Leopoldi, or Potty, or however you pronounce his last name, from Sandlot that I got this year at the Rough Rider game. There's Miss Dee Dee Lynn, August Playmate of 1967. My in-person of Christopher Lloyd. There's Jake Lloyd. This one is very hard to see because he signed, let's see if I can get it on here, signed it in this dark shirt, black and white photo with a black Sharpie. Now, I did get that signed in person, but this was years ago when he was like a year or two after the movie, the Star Wars movie came out, and he, there really wasn't any silver Sharpies at that time. Here is Morgan Lofting, my G.I. Joe custom for her. She was the Baroness. I'll turn this one a little sideways as well, so you can kind of see that. Mainly the Baroness, and then I try and put as many of their roles that they do, because of course, you know, in cartoon and voice work, you might get paid one check, but you have to do a lot of roles. and then here's her Transformer one as well. And then here is my Lost in Space, the original series cast. I know there's a new TV series out for Netflix, which I watched it and it was pretty good. This is the entire cast with the exception of the dad. He's the only one that I'm missing, and he has passed away, so I will not be able to get him. Although Jonathan Harris and Bob May, who is the robot, both have passed away. I don't know. I said this is the dad. Sorry, I think this was the dad. Yeah, this is the Mark Goddard. Sorry. But both of them have passed away, but I got them both before they passed away. So we got Angela Cartwright, Marta Krista, June Lockhart, and Bill Mummy. So at some point, maybe I can look into finding a signed index card or something from the dad and get that all framed up. But I've looked, and they are way too expensive, because not only was he the dad in Lost in Space, he was also Zorro from the TV series Zorro, and he did die quite a few years ago, and it's there's not a lot of autographs out there that can be attained. This is another one. I got TTM. This is John Carroll Lynch. This one's from Walking Dead, and then there's from American Horror Story. I like how he did switch pins. This one's in silver, and then this one's in black. So that was always nice. And that's what I've got for this episode of my collection. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.